And today we're tackling the issue of intimate partner violence.
Hey, exactly,
Bengibuza ukuthi intimate partner violence is it a medical term or is it called ngelinye igama esingalazi, because intimate partner violence, it seems a little deep.
Yeah, intimate partner violence is a part of gender-based violence. So the common term is it's gender-based violence, where we talk about gender-related issues and things that affect a specific gender negatively. Now, when we talk about gender, we talk about roles, so it's not really the sex, whereas male, female is sex. Gender is more the cultural roles that we play in society. So, for example, little girls will grow up knowing that, okay, you clean, you cook, you become a mom, you become a homemaker, you create warmth, and daddies go out and work and become the breadwinner. So that's your historical, typical, sometimes stereotypical type of definitions of gender itself. So you're quite right, we don't use it all the time, it's not a medical term, but it certainly is a component of the whole umbrella of gender-based violence itself. Yeah.
All right, now I have a question here from Sim Girl Wonder Girl. Sim Agent Wonder Girl. What is the main cause for intimate gender violence, and how can you stop it? Why is it so hard to break the cycle of abuse in our nation?
Yes, so basically the cause is usually what we taught when we are young. And also people not being able to cope with frustration. Remember what I said, that some of it is more stereotypes. We taught that when you're a little girl, you're going to have a man who's going to be a provider. But situations change, times also change, and you find that suddenly your woman is actually making far more money than you, or you're at home looking after the kids. And that causes issues. And when you talk about gender-based violence, it's not only the hitting that commonly exists. It can also be emotional, psychological. So you find somebody constantly tells you, oh, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough. Who do you think you are? Or simply decides, I'm not going to buy anything or maintain the kids. You'll do it on your own. That's also a form of intimate and gender-based violence itself. And you can also have a woman, of course, abusing their male counterpart. So it works both ways. Yeah.
What is the procedure that one goes through when they report intimate partner violence? Who should they go to first, a doctor or the police?
Yeah, that's a critical question, because you find a lot of people will complain that I went to the hospital and they didn't want to treat me. Remember, in any act of violence, it's a crime. When you look at our constitution, we talk about the right to dignity, respect, the right to life, and any kind of physical, intentional body harm is a crime. It needs to be reported to the legal fraternity. And that's why you initially have to come with a J88 form from the police station and with a case number, so that once we've examined you, you can then be handled further by the legal component of it. So typically what would happen is you need to report it to the police station, they'll give you a J88. It gets a bit difficult, especially when we start talking about rape, because remember, intimate partner violence is not only just beating up or saying nasty things, but if somebody forces themselves on you, even when they're married to you or it's been a long-term relationship, you're just girlfriend and boyfriend, that also is a crime. So, you go to the police station. It gets a bit tense sometimes, especially if you don't have the allocated female policeman who would then be able to open up a case for you. Once that J88 has been opened, usually the police will come with you to a hospital and will put you in an isolated room. Obviously it's traumatic. It doesn't matter if it's somebody you know or you don't know. I think any kind of physical harm is obviously traumatic. We would then use a kit, a rape kit. We've got rape kits for kids, and we've got rape kits for adults if it's rape in that instance, and use that kit to then step-by-step examine you with the intention of collecting evidence, so that when it goes to court, there is substantial evidence, and obviously we examine you as well to see what type of bodily injuries that you have. So it's quite important. Please go to the police station when you've got that, and it's not just only rape. Even if it's a slap, and actually I shouldn't even say even if, because a slap is not good enough. You should not really be doing any kind of physical injury on somebody else. If you don't want it done to yourself, don't do it to somebody else. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Now men get violated, I should say,
Absolutely.
as well. And we as a growing people haven't gotten used to that concept,
Absolutely.
Right? How do you think we can break the stigma as a nation, and how do you think we can make men be willing to report their stories even more?
This is an excellent platform, talking about it on such media, and also allowing men to be open. And the way we socialize our men as well. I think a lot of wrong things happen to men because we constantly tell them men don't cry. Men don't show negative emotions.
Well, when you arrive at the police station, everybody's just like, are you serious?
Exactly. It becomes a big joke, which is not. But remember, when it comes to that, you can report it. You are actually protected by law.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to make you feel out or turn you back. Likewise with the women. You can't have a policeman saying, oh, ninja, you know, women.
Yeah.
You can actually report that person, right, to the Independent Directorates Commission. So we need to talk about it, and it does happen, cats. Men do get raped, men do get beaten up, and there's nothing wrong with you as a man if that happens to you. It just so happens that you were a victim of a crime, and it needs to be handled appropriately.
Kunombuzo obuya kuzizipho uthi, what should I do when I see or hear a woman being beaten by her husband or boyfriend?
I would say report it. Remember, you're speculating.
Yes.
So you can't exactly go to that person and saying, "Zwilo ngathi bakushaye," you know. And a lot of women tend to shy away. We know we like creating a persona of perfection around us, which is not necessary. So your knee-jerk reflection would be to say, "No, he's not beating me up. Please mind your own business." So if you hear a woman screaming or crying, or even a man for that matter, call the police. The police will go next door and assess it. But what I would urge every man or woman out there who is getting assaulted, don't feel like you need to die in silence alone. South Africa has got one of the best legal systems. It's got the best constitution itself to protect you from such crime. It is a crime. And when you're a victim, you often blame yourself. And unfortunately, you can't. It's like a child that gets raped. You can't blame the baby, you know?
Yeah.
So likewise with an adult, if you're getting assaulted by your man or your woman, you know, you're not at fault. You just so happen to be somebody who needs assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for, but we definitely have time for your closing line.
Oh, yes. And I'm going to say, Mzansi, please let's love and respect each other.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. Next week, get on happy.
And no, I'm going to take a bit of a break, but I will see you guys very soon.
You're a busy lady, man. We understand. We totally
It's okay. On that note, let's head on to a music video. Enjoy.